parties. My name is Anima Controller and welcome back to YEEESSS Right Is Story. I'm so excited because well, maybe it's the last episode and I'm finally finished the whole game. Yay! How's it going? Okay. Now we are in courtroom. We'll go back to the court, so let's begin. Now then, will the fellow Miss guy please take stand? Miss Lana's guy, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you are aware of what is required for you. Of you. Says short. You already know everything. You know all that happened these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Guy. And remember, you are on oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth. No matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will, please tell us about your relationship with Mr. Gant. Everything hangs on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Kent. Wait a minute, I have to use okay. I worked alongside Kent for years. There's no truth to this black material. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When the former prosecutor Marshall spotted her rearrested crazy. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. We had nothing to do with that one. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to the offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana! If it is true, that means Chief Scott has something to do with this. That's what I have been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my sister. I know my whole sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she is really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Oh, thank God. Get to the fabrication. But think about it, Miss Guy. You didn't murder Detective Greenland. You told me so just yesterday. So much yesterday. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you can present in court is used as idle or gossip. I stabbed Detective Greenland with a knife. And did you do so to help your sister? Georgia was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want the detective to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with not anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day because of the grief. That's why I couldn't forgive her. No. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. I say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? You see, I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor war knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? But prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's not a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I've never changed the statement. You mean the prosecutor Marshall were being killed by Dark? Something like that. If that's all, what happened to the other murderer? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor and this is away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She started to cover up her lies with more lies. Oh, just protect me. Can she read my mind or something? So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. I broke off the had to check. Weapon found in room was missing tip. Representative of Dark's life in a big spoon? And then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, George. You always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of for others. Why did you move the body? When you showed up to the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you dedicated that was. It was my Chief Cat's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? Why you move there? The reason for that is simple. Wait. Maybe you can't even hear me when I'm talking with Lana's voice. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason why Miss Guy moved the body. Piece of the eye, you mean? Yes, that wretched jar Mr. Wright showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. The marshal was dead, and Doc was like cautious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during the struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed, but I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted, and it had nothing to do with Emma. I don't want to lose any exclamation mark. Mr. Wright is lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you at the end. She insists she fabricated evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. I got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a prediction. How many years exactly? Ever since I met senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. that again, Detective Sky were the legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia. Demigod was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated evidence to school by myself. I broke off the tip. Yeah. But why did you do that? Come on, all right. Come on, right, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Well, let's add this to the witness testimony. The reason Miss Guy fabricated a knife. I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all we needed. According to your testimony, a particular Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside Victor's stab wound? Yes, because I hated Dark for what he did. He had nothing to do with them. You rearranged this crime scene, and you're sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking at the murder? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Were you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what they have done is unpardonable. There's nothing I could do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Well, should. Nothing intrude with the blackmail theory. Of course not. I guess nothing is faulty. I will penalize you, Mr. Wright. I can only think of this piece of cloth here with Emma's fingerprint on it. There aren't, are they? I will penalize you, sorry. Wait a minute. I will take a pause. Okay, I was stupid enough to change the testimony, so I have to ask about the why do you remove the body again and go to press. And now I'm going to press into jar. And there you go. This guy, I understand how I feel. You committed a crime scene. That crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You made a forgery at the scene where Nye Marshall was murdered. If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life would have been useless. Even so, I compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction with your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testify and I quote, "The pieces of the yard that scattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. So you have a problem with that? I have forgotten that. Oh, forget it. It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this yard with the witness blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, he must not yet have been broken before he died. He could not have written Emma's name on the shadow jar. Yeah, that's true, actually. Order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed to regard this jar and his bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it is you are as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we are headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We will piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may not contradict her testimony. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room, so I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think of was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't a chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the main murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well, the defense may not begin its cross-examination. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing had been broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense case. But not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room, so I didn't have time to check it out. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that helps my case. Lana... Lana, you did do that for me? It's easier to might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened to upon the scene, you did lose your sense to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark Killer killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I sure got them all. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I also carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry my bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. All I could think of was wiping them clean before they were discovered. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene? Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I tried to use a pad all the time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. No, that this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of prosecutor's office. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Was this just really putting up a fight? She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. I'm a total lost here. Oh, yes! Miss Guy, I believe this jar conceals a truth when even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of jar in Chief Kent's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it. But we just testified that she gathered every last piece of and wiped the blood off them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. Or on the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up the scene. Chief Kent got there before you. Yeah, that's true also. If it was in the safe. But couldn't the defendants have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The piece is too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. I mean, I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. I've forgotten, on Your Honor. When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, there's no way a name could have been written on that shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witnesses. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Kent. At the time, he was looking for dark downstairs. Besides, even if I was there first, why would you break the jar? The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years ago? For 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer that? No! No! Wait, I'm not the one on the trailer. The Magad arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question: What is this action called? Fabrication. But why would Chief Kent do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana's guide believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And here's the reason. The reason why Miss Guy became the sheep puppet. No. I did it alone. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most full lies to defend their clients. Full lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you seem to the type to likes to twist the truth. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe right after all. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Right. So you do tell full lies then, Miss Wright? Miss Guy, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental kill of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Guy, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I will testify about what you really saw. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor of a sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I restored the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me to remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it was fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable! The body was impaled on an armored sword. Sword? You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I counted it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. Where will Mr. Wright please present this picture? I don't remember receiving a picture from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting this over for her then. Let's check the evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. The thing I got this morning was a evidence law book. Check. Turn. Oh, I had to read it backwards because of Japanese. Hey, there's a picture here. Oh my god, it really happened! Oh my! This is the actual crime scene! No other detectives saw the crime scene like this. That's because they contacted criminal affairs only after I rearranged the scene. Rearranged the scene. He's right! The picture cut out from his vest. Could that be the clock we found inside his Chief Gant's safe? What's this? What's this? It's a handprint. That cloth had fingerprints on it. Those every fingerprints must be the real murderer. Sorry, Emma, it's yours. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Mr. Wright, why are your lips turning purple? Oh, purple. I must be biting really hard. Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well, the defense may not begin this cross-examination. When I read, I found Mr. Marshall's body in Payton. Where'd you at the lunch date, Gant? Come on now, Archie. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant! What? Now you want me to make out as a buyer too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already signed testimony. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sorts. This must be the risk the judge was talking about. Just sit back and relax, and enjoy the sound of noose tightening around your own neck. So what? I think I'm worried. Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the taking for me. Even if I can testify against the present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone? So then, what's your excuse, Wright? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves you knocked over named Marshall causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show a piece of the evidence now, it must sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, please do it now. If you anything will be the one appear before the board of inquiries. What do you know? I better take this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present a piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence that I can present at this point in time. What? What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took that body site. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright, what did you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you're the one president. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like the part of his been cut for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you're the chief of police, concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had a gal, right though. Well, I guess I'd let you pin me up as the murderer. I will tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit it? You admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It when occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame with her sister, that's when I saw the scene. She saw the scene. She would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Guy. So you assisted Miss Guy. I told her to arrange the crime, all the evidence. So you had to plant this knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get your dog convicted. When we rearranged the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. I did this before Lana read at the scene. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work if it... But it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculated far ahead? That far ahead were forged evidence? Who do you take me for? For a fool? I don't make a police chief for my dumb luck. See this argument? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate a message on this CR too? Ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean the piece of cloth? Come on, Wright, cut it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Kent, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victims in the vest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But that's a lot better than being portrayed as murder. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Wright. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as you don't mess up her, here, victory's mine. Should I show it or not show it? No, it's too late to show the evidence now. Besides, even if it did, it just exploded poor little girl's fingerprint. Right, think hard over the circumstances. The circumstances? I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference? So, I just will figure out my plan. Mr. Wright, this is your only chance! Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see the discovered evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Mr. Marshall. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut off this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes, this. Oh yeah. Oh yes. At last, you have finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on a piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean it could not have been forced? It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. You are as slow as the uptake is everybody. What? Think about it. Ryder had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would he do that? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on it? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I will tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whom these fingerprints belong to are... Emma? Emma Sky? What? They are mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why did you tell me? I'm sorry. You really are something, right on. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the burden on me. So it's true, tragic but true. This girl really did show Prosecutor Marshall to his death. Hold it. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really did. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Huh. But I'm afraid it is over, my boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I will have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Can't got your tongue. Are you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, what is that? Who really killed Prosecutor named Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you're absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who really murderers is. Who killed named Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? What? A contradiction? What is this rebelling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, could it possibly contradict? What could it possibly contradict? You got your theoretical range answer here. Behold, the piece of evidence contradicts this cloth. Ah, the rubber glove. Wait. Oh, it's fun watching you squirm, right? Oh. It was a part of the access incident, so why don't they? Behold the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Ah, okay. And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of cloth of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make it out with all the blood on his vest though. Exactly my point, is just in so-called blood. That's only natural. His lungs could no doubt were punctured, blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth! Ah, it's not blood on it. That's why. Wait, there's no blood on it. Ah! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she showed the prosecutor's side. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword. No, this is nonsense! No then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was showed aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Sky? Picked up the conscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armored sword? Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for prosecutor's death, she said Said person proceed to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Then he broke the jar on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of cloth with a piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were actually the murderer. No! That lightning is finished. Is it really? Is it finished? Is it finished? Why? Oh, that was close, right? Or you almost had me. Sorry, but you have to do better than that. I refute all your allegations. What do you mean you refute these allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Archie? Earlier, all writer here considered that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Wright? Do you have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defense refused to present evidence. At the moment, that piece of cloth case to be legal evidence. That's not fair! Oh. Did you actually think it? You could best be in the court. It looks like the last lot on you, son. No! I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct, but well, Mr. Schwartz? True, legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plans are final, right? Mr. Wright, do you admit it, that the purposely hidden illegally considers evidence of cloth? Ah, okay. It seems Mr. Wright didn't understand the implication of his contradiction. Oh my god. Certainly, I refused to present evidence at one point. Aha, so the evidence is illegal. Objection! No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present the evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Reggie. Don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't let him. You can't let him. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not a violation of the law, then do so. Rule 1, always shall be shown without the proper approval of the police department. Okay. Save again and then press this. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingers were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, they were merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? 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 You see, it's written right here in this book, the second rule of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of cloth evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence present must be relevant to the case at trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the CL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when was the picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of this trial, the piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it a value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut off this piece of the victim's vest? Oh yes. No. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you. No. Wow! Whoa! They're clapping now! I knew I couldn't have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he has been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, but yet he insisted on holding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to re-investigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I will lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. Goodman turned him down, so as he ordered to. Still, Jack Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole the Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he had to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Please! Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There's too many questions left unanswered. He told me to open the evidence room and take it out. It's not too late. I will hand this to Marshall. Well, to be honest, there was a little panic too. I had a bad feeling about it, but I never knew it would come to this. That's when I saw it, the accursed knife. I could just pull it out. You would only increase the amount of blood and you couldn't finish what you started. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I was wiping it up. I was worrying so much about the floor that I didn't realize my mistake. Detective couldn't choose bloody handprint. I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then they put the body in my car. I'm sorry, but I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. We broke the trunk, but what's the big deal? You pulled down a lot more than us detectives. What does that have to do with anything? You're horrible. How could you get Miss Guy involved in all this? Well, she has so much He had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from the Detective locker? I feel bad for having to do it. I couldn't sit around and pick out and choose what to take. Well, you left the yard fragment and gloves. Yeah, it looks like you're better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get him away. I got a hand to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worry, what are you doing in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we are the same. One day you will understand. If you want to take them on alone, you have to figure out what's needed. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Uchi. What? Looks like we have to cancel the lunch date. Sorry, old friend. Sorry. Yes! I'm sorry too, Damigant. I knew you as you used to be. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and accepted the orders on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone. Those days are gone now, Archie. Thanks for all the memories though. Don't worry, we'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Worry. With these two around, you can go wrong. You see, if I listen carefully, I can hear it right now. The sound of a new beginning. Aww. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, them again betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Guy, you're no longer any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this ride is over, I will tell everything, and all that I have done these past 2 years, from the time I had can't help me force evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Guy. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Oh, he smiled! I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Guy, and to you too, Mr. Ashworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few years, believe me. I know how much of an ordeal I've been for you. It was nothing. It was nothing, liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above of it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You're done well, Mr. Ashworth. Stop it! Stop it, you! Stop it! I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Guy? Yes, Your Honor? You're innocent of murder, however, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why you're smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of this heavy chains. This trial has gone on far too long already. Yeah, far too long. Regarding the charge of murder, this court will fight to defend Miss Skylar's guy. Not guilty. Yeah. That is all the court has adjourned. Yeah. Finally finished. At long last, it's finally over! Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry our sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it! It's now after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fey thought so high of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Ashworth. You have suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. I hope I not interrupted anything. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? What is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty. And on top of your call you call me here. I'm seen happy people at funerals. Same dialogue. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you hit because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you did like to see someone. Yeah. Happy reunion. Lana. Should be doing this. She's still on the rest, you know. Well, I won't tell you if you want. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think of was keeping you from getting wrapped up in a mess. Sis! I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but no, I realized I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you did react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Oh. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find a way back to our path, and once we have found our path, we can move on from our past mistakes toward a brighter future. At least, that's what I felt looking at those two sisters make up. Mr. Wright? Mr. Gumshoe? Me? Thank you both for all that you have done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. He was hiding. Again? Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly. not you. It's too late for me. Huh? No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't change my own mistakes. Is that right? Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Guide was right. You despise criminals, I can feel it. You and me, we are the same. One day you will understand. If you want to take them on along, you'll figure out what's needed. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight them alone, one needs a weapon. It's scary, but I've been thinking the same thing for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows, given enough time I might have tried to pull something like Chief Cat did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can continue as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Demigod and your mentor, Manfred of Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime alone, one needs a weapon. That may be right, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have been undiscovered. Is that right, Mr. Wright? What? Yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show me what Lon is talking about. Evidence that neither Edgeworth nor I could have been able to find on our own. That might mean something to you, but it was in I want the good. Ah, okay. That's a picture. Our counters are beginning with this. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Edward. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edward, if you will excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edward, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, what happens in this trial can either make or break you as prosecutor. In the end, it's up to you. I know, it is I owe you my thanks to Wright, but what I face now is my problem. Edward, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. I really be getting back too. Okay, if we come visit you. It seems we both still have a lot to learn. Here, there's a little something for you. Scientific investigation! It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis, I will! And so another case came to close. As for the sisters, fate. Fate that their lives have only just begun. And so for me, and as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. a journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go tracking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? Just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective! I didn't know you had a wild side. Well, you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What? You think I could afford that with my salary? You're gonna be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best! Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Since we're all here, why don't we all go together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys, let's go. Objection! 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 Huh? Objection! 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 Oh my god. Yeah. I forgot to talk. Yeah, well, this is the end of this game. Phoenix Wright is attorney. I'm so happy that it's over. Oh, he's the security guard now. Anyways, I like this case a little bit, but it was so long. It was so long, this case, so yeah. And also difficult with the fingerprint part, and when you had to use the mic, because then I had to yell or sing opera because of that. Yeah, it's this emulator, so it is expected. So, anyways, we're going to go through this credit, and I will just let it run, and then thank you for watching and supported me on the series, and I hope to see you in the. No, the battery broke, and I hope to see you in the next Phoenix Wright game. Bye bye! so cute. Yeah, end of the credits. That's it. So, yeah. We'll see you in the next Phoenix Wright game. Bye bye.